Guys, welcome back. Brenda Hillard here at Create with Brenda. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I love sharing the art of card making and paper crafting with you. So, if you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. It keeps me motivated and moving forward with new projects. And yeah, so guess what? Yesterday, yesterday, the new catalog and Sale-a-Bration started. And as of January 1st, I have a new host code too. And this month I'm offering something new as a host code gift. So go to createwithbrenda.com and check out my host code for the month. What my special gift to you is. All right. So happy New Year. I know we're 5 days into it and it's chilly, 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 snowy, windy, blowy here in Minnesota, but this is what this is what it's like in Minnesota, and we're kind of used to that. So, oh, you guys, we can finally open the catalogs. Did you get your catalogs from me in the mail? If you have shopped with me in the past 12 months, I had both of these sent to your mailbox. So today, we're going to be doing a card, and I'm going to be using my favorite sentiment set in the catalog. It is called Happy and Heartfelt. Something's wrong with lighting. Let's try there. That's better. Um, I love these. I think I love the sentiments. I love the sayings. I just think they add such a cute touch to the cards. And the one that I'm going to show you today is going to be a thank you card. It was the thank you card that I sent out to my customers last month. So, yeah, happy and heartfelt. All of these sentiments for $24. And it's cling. It's not photopolymer, it's cling. So get a nice stamped image every single time. And then the other thing I'm going to use is the Windmill. It's called Tulip Fields. It's part of the Flowering Fields suite, but I'm going to be using some of the dies from the set, and here's the stamp set, and we'll be using this Windmill. So excited to show you my card. So let's get going. All right. Don't forget, Sale-a-Bration started yesterday too. So that means when you place a product order of $50 or more, you get to pick 3 items from the Sale-a-Bration brochure. And there's some really cute stuff in there. I think one of my favorites is the, let's show you, the awesome otters. I did a video on that a while back, so if you want to check in my previous videos, it's really kind of fun. I use the diorama dies and this little guy popping up out of the water. So check that out. The other product I'm going to be using, so I've got my Tulip Fields. I've got the, in that one, I don't know why I have it here, the Happy and Heartfelt. And then I'm going to be using the Stripes and Splatters 3D embossing folders. These are awesome. I did a sample of the splatters. See that pretty well, I think. Then we'll be using the stripes for this card. So let's do that. Let me show you the pieces we're going to need first. Guys, I misplaced my little magnetic bowl. I don't know what I did with it, and I'm just sick about it, but I'm sure it'll turn up here soon. So is what you're going to need for this project is a card base that measures 5.5 by 8.5 and it's scored at 4.25. So I'm going to just up my edges and then we'll give the floor line a good crease. We have a nice crisp card. I have a piece of Mango Melody, and this comes from the 6x6 Color Family Designer Series packs. So it's got this print on one side and then this on the other. So that's kind of a cool thing. We forget about having those, or I know I forget about having them for background papers or whatever. But that measures 4 by 5.25. Look at this. I have the beautiful Flowering Fields Designer Series paper, and I'm going to be using this piece with the tulips. It's got all the different colors going across. There's one in here. Sample. Oh, I'm thinking of something else. Never mind. It's all good. So, yeah, I'm going to be using this print. I chose Poppy Parade. I have a piece that measures 2.75 by 5.25. I have another piece. Did I tell you the designer series paper is 2.5 by 5.25? I don't think I did. So there's that. Then I have a piece of basic white, 2.25 by 2.5. And another piece of Poppy Parade, 1.75 by 4. All right, so let's take our little piece of basic white, and I want the 2.5-inch side going up and down. And then I'm just going to scratch piece of paper. I'm going to use the thank you, happy and heartfelt. Guys, if I call the product name wrong or something, just ignore me. I've got all kinds of new product and I've tried really hard to learn the names, but not always can I. So, and if you have a question, be sure to ask. So, all right. So look at the font. How cute is that, right? I stamped that right at the bottom using the Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Our next step, I didn't even show you the card. Here's the card. You love it? Look at this new window pane ribbon. See, I sparkled up the clouds with Wink of Stella. I just love it. Now this one I used the Daffodil Delight background, and for the one we're working on now, I'm going to do a Mango Melody. So just wait until you see the difference. I'll put them side by side once we get our card made. All right, so let's bring in our mini Stamp and Cut and Emboss. And I like using this no slip shelf liner. It works really well for me when I'm rolling things through. It doesn't like get away from me. So is what I want to do is it's going to run through with the mini. These are 3. I'm going to see if this will work. If I just want to see if it's not going to fit. We'll just do the whole thing and see how that turns out. No, I don't want to do that. So is what I'm going to do is we're going to die cut our pieces. I have a scrap of Balmy Blue, and I have these adorable little cloud dyes from the Windmill die set. I'm just going to put those on here like that, all three at once. And we can just do one pass through here, cut all three of them out. If you don't have a mini, you might consider getting a mini. They really handy. And I love mine because it doesn't take up a lot of room, even though our regular size one doesn't. But if you don't have a die cutting machine at all and you're looking at getting one for the very first time, I would suggest getting our full size. And the reason I say that is the full size fits all of our dies and all of our embossing folder. Work with the regular size. The mini, only certain things work with the mini. So that's why with my customers, I always say if you're getting one for the very first time, you don't have one, get the full size. All right, I'm going to ink up this Windmill with soft suede, and I'm just going to stamp that right down here. I'm stamping that underneath, but I didn't. So got a good image though. Great. So next, I want to take the die, matches the stamp here, bring this back in. We're going to cut this out as well. Let's match that up. It's on. Guys, just wait till you see how I just love them. Isn't that adorable? The big one, the arms actually move on the Windmill. And I did do a video using that. So again, if you want to, you can go back and look at what I've got there. I am going to bring in my full size stamp and cut. I want to show you why I'm doing that. So I forgot about this part with the, so is what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the sentiment out, sticking out like that. And you saw me before, it didn't fit with the mini. So I'm going to use my full size stamp and cut and emboss. Got it laid like I want it, using the striped embossing folder. I'm just going to crank this through. And I've got through my cardstock on the floor, but we're good. Right. Cutting all these little shreds of paper. But here's what I wanted. I wanted just the top piece of this embossed, and where I had my thank you is just flat. We're getting close to assembling. I'm going to take my liquid glue. Guys, I had a little happening. I ordered like a lot of glue because I've got the spring retreat coming up. And I have some little adhesive packs that people can buy. And I ordered, like I said, a lot of bottles of glue. And when they arrived, they had froze. And so they were really hard to squeeze out of the bottle. And when they came out of the bottle, they were almost like, it was almost like curdled milk. It was really weird. So it turns out that they froze in transit. And so to warm them up well, shake really well. And demo support was really kind too, that they replaced my ones that didn't want to squeeze out of the box. Okay, so now I don't know where I had my clouds. Remember, I cut 3 of them. We have 2 of them. Missing 2 of them. Idea where it's gone. But let me quickly just cut 2 more. Obviously stuck. Back of something. We'll find them at some point. So let's get these out here. From a quick cut. All right, got them down. This time I'll hang on to them. And all right, sorry about some adhesive. Just gonna kind of layer them around in here. Let those dry for just a second. And then I'm going to take my ink of Stella. And I'm just going to you guys know that when you get a new tube Stella, I'll show you here in just a second, it comes with this black ring that's right here. Let me grab one. And so when you get your new Wink of Stella, you need to move that black ring, and then right where you'll see right on the sides, it says push. So you take that off, screw it back together, and then you pop it, and you'll see that you don't have anything on your brush. It's dry. So is what you want to do is turn it, point it down, and right here on the sides, on both sides, it'll say push. So you push, and you'll be able to see that it start to fill. And that's why you want to do it over, because it will overflow the first time. So over a piece of scratch paper or silicone or whatever you have. But that's how you prime or set up your Wink Stella. I'm gonna put this off to the side so I don't my project. All right, so let's continue on. This should be dry. I'm going to take my liquid again and just add some to my Windmill. I don't want to go all the way to the top of the blocks because they're going to stick over a little bit, and I don't want them sticky. So I'm just going to put this down just like that. While that's dry, I'm going to take some Designer Series paper, and this was the one that measured 1.5 by 4. Some liquid glue. center that. And it matches up edge to edge. There's just a little board. I'm going to take my tulips. Isn't this pretty too? It's so hard sometimes to decide to cover or which side of facing up. Hard to put. It's always more. Centering that up again so it's edge. Got just this little side. Move that out. And then let's take our piece of designer series paper. That's some liquid. It's going to I want to make sure I'm putting it on my card way because when I was doing my customer thank yous, I have see. I'm going to take this. Just going to put this over to the right bit. Then it moves up and down. You can always check those two before you glue them down to make sure that your cuts were exact. You don't have this hanging over. Add some glue to this. It's down center. So what do you think with the Poppy Parade Mango Melody? I love this combination. And then is what I had for the little windmill piece here is some dimensionals. The silver, your pick tool, some of those. Just have it take your, these are cool too. You know that these twist out so you can have like this spatula end. This works really, really well for taking stuff off that you have initially glued down and you don't want on there. You can just put it underneath and kind of slide to get the piece off. And then this side is your little pointed pokey tool. And then this side, my granddaughter was using this for her diamond dots this weekend. So you can see she's kind of got the putty messed up in there a little bit. Not bad. So that's your putty tip for picking up sequins or embellishments to put on. And these have refills. They just unscrew, screw back. Ripped my paper. It's all right. Show up. That happens when you, sometimes with these 3D embossing folders, it gets very, the grooves that it makes are deep and it kind of breaks the fibers in the paper. So you do. I feel like I got my windmill a little crooked there. Stood a little. So I don't know how successful we're. There. Now it's on there straight. And our finished touch for this card is going to be a bow using the window pane check ribbon. I just love this ribbon. And it's so nice to work with. It's firm, but yet it's very, what's the word, malleable, like you can make a nice fluffy bow. Great. Sorry. Let's take our glue. can't wait to hear what you have to say about this Mango Melody and the Poppy Parade combination. And then here's the daffodil. So you can see there is quite a difference. Like this Mango Melody really, it pops. So anyway, there we have it. Maybe I'll put a Facebook post out there, this or that, and see, take a poll. And somebody can win a sample pack of the sample tulips or something like that. But check my Facebook page at Facebook. I'm happy you're here on YouTube. And next